In the distant future at the edge of the universe, Silver Surfer arrives at the aftermath of an intense battle. A fallen warrior lies defeated as the Twilight Sword rests in the ground between them. With solemn respect, Silver Surfer asks to borrow the weapon, not just its blade, but the strength it represents. Lifting it with quiet determination, he vows to add that strength to his own. As Silver Surfer strides through the cosmos, cloaked in cosmic energy and power, he declares, "No further," standing as a barrier against some unknown threat. The narration highlights his incredible strength, speed, and resilience, capable of traversing galaxies and surviving unimaginable forces. Yet even with all that power, he is still bound to a mightier force. In the depths of space, the towering figure of Galactus looms, an insatiable cosmic giant, feared as the devourer of worlds. Galactus, usually the mightiest force in the cosmos, cries out to the Silver Surfer for aid as he faces a terrifying presence beyond even his power. The Black Winter, a devourer of entire realities, looms as a cosmic plague that ends universes. But before anything can reach that final end, it must pass through the Oblivion Void, a terrifying space ruled by something even more ancient. From its depths rises Oblivion, who represents the end of all things. We transition to the heart of the Amazon rainforest. Storm stands ready as a massive, mutated green anaconda slithers toward her. Enhanced and maddened by a corrupted version of the super soldier serum, the serpent radiates danger. Just as the mutated anaconda lunges at Storm, Maggot bursts onto the scene and tries to take on the serpent, but quickly gets tripped up in the chaos. Storm, always composed, darts through the air and urges him to slow down. She reminds him that he's still recovering from his last battle with the Juggernaut. She soars through the treetops in hot pursuit of the mutated anaconda, determined to end the threat swiftly. As she closes in, she conjures ice and snow to slow the beast down. 7 days earlier at her sanctuary, Storm gracefully brushes off Iron Man's uninvited arrival, even as he urges her to upgrade her security. Unbothered, Storm reminds him it's her house and she'll decide who gets in. She casually ends the conversation, saying she's going back to bed. As she walks away, she tells Iron Man that she actually has a real mattress, and she doesn't float in the air when sleeping. Tony mutters a cheeky line about T'Challa possibly saying otherwise. Storm grows impatient with Iron Man's vague urgency and guarded words. He insists he needs her help again, but he needs to know where she stands with keeping secrets to herself. Storm coolly calls out the cosmic dust clinging to him, guessing he's already tried to locate Thor for help. When he admits she's his last hope, her posture softens slightly, but she remains skeptical. Iron Man says he can't tell her who the mission is for, and jokingly promises to drag Maggot into the mix if she lets the secret out. Tony reflects on the incident that pushed him to seek Storm's help, as we see Brazil shrouded in a mysterious lightning storm. He explains that a top-secret team of scientists was working to recreate the super soldier serum that made Captain America. During transport, the samples were lost, along with one of the team members. The cause? A violent weather anomaly that struck mid-flight, sending the mission spiraling into chaos. He reveals the full extent of the crisis, how a brave man carrying the super soldier serum was lost to a monstrous anaconda in the Amazon. His remains need to be recovered for his family, and the stolen serum must be kept out of dangerous hands. Meanwhile, Brazil is under siege by fierce, unnatural storms, and even with the help of heroes like Black Panther and Reed Richards, civilians are still in danger. Iron Man admits they've tried everything to stop it. Everything, except calling Storm. Returning to the present, in the Amazon, a massive lightning strike obliterates the mutant anaconda in a flash of blinding energy. But it wasn't Storm who called it down. Maggot is shocked she cremated the entire snake, but Storm quickly clarifies that while retrieving the pilot's remains was the mission's top priority, this wasn't her doing. The creature didn't just burn, it was vaporized. Storm didn't summon the storm this time, which means something or someone else is here. From the shadows of the storm, Mumaragan, the aboriginal god and regurgitator of tempests, emerges out of the forest, revealing himself as the one who delivered the devastating lightning strike. As Storm and Maggot take in the scene, Storm notices something unsettling. The very air around them has been altered, replaced by unfamiliar storm molecules. In the distance, a mysterious figure gritting their teeth leaps toward them. It's Sango, the storm god, who descends with electrifying force, unleashing a powerful attack straight at Storm, but she meets it head-on with her own elemental fury. As their energies clash, another god, Susanoo, makes his entrance, aiming a strike at Maggot while offering thanks to Sango for the distraction. Sensing the danger, Storm reacts instantly. With a fierce gust of wind, she blows Susanoo back before he can land a hit. Susanoo flashes across the battlefield, moving with the speed of lightning, and retaliates with a thunderous clap that blasts Maggot off his feet. Realizing the danger is escalating, Storm rushes to his side. She tells him to brace himself. She's getting him out of harm's way. As a vortex of wind begins to pull him to safety, she reminds him calmly and confidently, "You know what to do." Chak, the Mayan storm god, descends with thunder in his wake, offering Storm a solemn apology before joining the assault. Storm, poised but wary, reflects on the challenge of being a self-proclaimed storm god when the ancient divine ones come calling. As lightning crashes around her, she makes a tactical retreat. But Chak lashes out and grabs her by the hair mid-flight. Shock flashes across her face as her escape is violently halted. He brutally slams Storm into the ground as the other storm gods look on. Struggling to rise, Storm's eyes blaze with power, but her thoughts drift to Dr. Voodoo's recent words, reminding her of her mystical heritage and the deeper forces within her. He challenged her to consider who she'd be without her mutant gifts. In that moment, something shifts. Her eyes turn black, and she begins to tap into a power far older and far more mysterious than anyone expected. Unleashing a stunning display of mystical power, Storm conjures a glowing, celestial octopus that lashes out at the storm gods. As Momrigan charges toward her atop a radiant salamander, Storm stays sharp and focused. She reaches for Susanoo's sword, slices through the lock of hair still clutched by her enemy, and rises defiantly. She summons a massive bolt of lightning that crashes down and halts Momrigan in his tracks. Riding the lightning bolt that halted Momrigan, Storm returns to her sanctuary in Rio, cloaked in power and resolve. She commands Japheth to contact Iron Man and let him know the weather anomaly will soon be handled, and that she will recover the pilot's remains no matter the cost. With fierce determination, she calls for her armor and blade, declaring she's going god hunting. As she takes off, a voice from the shadows mutters, "Storm gods and their fury." The voice is revealed to be none other than Thor, radiating with power and purpose. He arrives in a crackle of divine lightning at Storm's sanctuary with Mjolnir in his grip. With Storm ready to go god hunting, Thor's dramatic entrance signals a clash of titans on the horizon. The storm is far from over.